Welcome to HFY Vault channel. Real stories, real feelings. If you feel something today, stay with us.
My alien maid made a bold request. And I didn't refuse. Commander Ethan Cole lived on the edge of known space, far from Earth and far from comfort. His station was old, quiet, and forgotten by most of the galaxy. Humans were no longer important. At least, that was what the alien councils believed. Every day followed the same routine. Ethan checked reports, repaired systems, and watched the stars. The only other presence on the station was his alien maid, Zyra. Zyra belonged to the Lyrian race. Tall, pale-skinned, with glowing silver eyes, she moved with perfect control. She spoke only when spoken to. She cleaned, served meals, and followed orders without question. That was how her kind was trained. To serve. To obey. Ethan never liked that part. He treated Zyra with respect, but she never reacted. No smile. No complaint. No personal words. Just silence and duty. Until that night. The station lights dimmed as they always did during the artificial night cycle. Ethan sat alone in the command room, reading an old Earth file. Zyra entered quietly, holding a data pad. She stopped 2 steps away from him. She did not speak. Ethan noticed immediately. "Zyra?" he asked. "Is something wrong?" For the first time since she arrived months ago, Zyra did not answer at once. Her hands trembled slightly. The room felt colder, though the temperature had not changed. Then she said something that made Ethan look up fast. "Commander. I need to ask you something." Ethan stood up slowly. Lyrian servants were not allowed to ask questions. The rules of the galaxy were clear. Aliens like Zyra existed to serve stronger races. Humans were considered weak, but still ranked higher than her people. "You can ask," Ethan said carefully. Zyra's silver eyes met his. Fear was clear in them. "What I ask is forbidden," she said. "If others hear it, I will be erased." Ethan's heart beat faster. "Then why ask me?" Zyra took a step forward. Then another. Finally, she did something that no alien had ever done for a human. She knelt. Ethan froze. "Please," Zyra said, her voice shaking. "Protect my people." The words hung in the air like a warning. Ethan stared at her. "Your people?" he asked. "From what?" Zyra swallowed. "From extinction." She explained in short, broken sentences. A powerful empire was expanding. Worlds were burning. Small races were disappearing, erased from history. The Lyrian were next. "They will not fight back," Zyra said. "We are peaceful. We are obedient." Ethan clenched his fists. "Why come to me?" he asked. "Humans have no power here." Zyra looked at him with something new in her eyes. "Hope." "Because humans survive," she said. "Even when they should not." Alarms suddenly echoed through the station. A red light flashed. Long-range sensors had detected movement. An unknown fleet. Ethan turned toward the screen, his mind racing. Helping Zyra meant breaking galactic law. It meant war. It meant humanity would be noticed again. Behind him, Zyra lowered her head. "I understand if you refuse," she said softly. Ethan did not answer. "Not yet." The alarm sound slowly faded, but the silence that followed was heavier than before. Commander Ethan Cole stood in front of the main screen, watching the red marks disappear into deep space. Whatever had passed near the station was gone for now. But the warning stayed in his mind. Behind him, Zyra was still kneeling. "Stand up," Ethan said firmly. Zyra hesitated. "I am not permitted." "I am not the council," Ethan interrupted. "Stand up." Slowly, she obeyed. Ethan took a deep breath. "You asked for protection," he said. Now tell me the full truth. Zyra nodded. She tapped the data pad in her hands. The main screen changed. Images appeared: burning cities, shattered planets, and empty space where worlds once existed. This is what happens when the Dominion arrives, Zyra said. They do not conquer. They erase. Ethan watched in silence. The Lyrian were marked last cycle, she continued. Our stars. Our homes. Our history. All scheduled for removal. Why? Ethan asked. What did your people do? Zyra lowered her eyes. Nothing. That answer disturbed him more than any other. The galaxy respects strength, she said. We chose peace. That made us invisible. Ethan leaned against the console. Humans knew that lesson well. Earth had survived because it learned when to talk and when to fight. You said humans survive, Ethan said. Why do your people believe that? Zyra hesitated, then brought up another file. Old, damaged, and classified. Human war history, she said. Battles where victory was impossible. Yet you adapted. You changed tactics. You lost millions, and still stood. Ethan's jaw tightened. Those were not stories he liked to remember. To the galaxy, humans look weak, Zyra said. Short lives. Fragile bodies. Divided worlds. But my people saw something else. What? Ethan asked. You fight hardest when protecting others, she said. The words hit harder than any weapon. Before Ethan could respond, the station shook. A short, controlled impact. Not an attack, but a message burst. Incoming transmission. The screen lit up with a symbol Ethan had not seen in years. Earth Command. Commander Cole, a familiar voice said. Your station detected Dominion movement. We felt it too. Ethan straightened. Then you know what this means. There was a pause. Yes, the voice replied. The galaxy is changing. And humans are being watched again. Ethan glanced at Zyra. She stood silent, but her hands were shaking. If we help, Ethan said slowly, there is no going back. Another pause. Humanity never goes back, Earth Command answered. We only move forward. Ethan looked at Zyra. You made a bold request, he said. And I didn't refuse. For the first time, Zyra's eyes filled with light, not fear, not obedience. Hope. The galaxy did not notice humanity at first. That was the Dominion's first mistake. Their massive fleets moved with confidence, dark ships blocking out stars as they advanced toward Lyrian space. Advanced weapons. Perfect formations. Total control. To them, this was just another quiet erasure. Then the humans arrived. No grand announcement. No threats. Just a sudden change in the battlefield. Small human ships dropped out of warp and scattered positions, not in clean lines. Old designs. Heavy armor. Strange signal patterns. Dominion commanders laughed. Their scanners showed nothing impressive. Zyra watched from the command deck beside Commander Ethan Cole. Her people had prepared for death, not rescue. Why are they spreading out? She asked softly. Ethan did not look away from the screen. Because humans don't fight fair, he said. The battle began. Dominion weapons fired first, bright and powerful. Several human ships were hit. Some were lost. The Dominion saw this as proof of weakness. Then the human traps activated. False signals flooded enemy sensors. Mines hidden in empty space detonated. Human ships moved unpredictably, using debris and gravity wells. Small teams boarded larger enemy vessels, disabling them from the inside. The Dominion formation broke. Impossible, an enemy commander transmitted. Your technology is inferior. Ethan answered calmly. So is your thinking. Zyra's hands trembled as she watched. Humans were not stronger. They were smarter. Every loss became a lesson. Every mistake turned into a weapon. The Lyrian ships, once frozen in fear, began to move. Humans guided them, shielded them, placed themselves in front of enemy fire. Why? Zyra whispered. Why protect us? Ethan's voice was steady. Because someone once protected us. Hours passed. The battlefield changed from chaos to silence. The Dominion retreated. Not destroyed, but broken. For the first time, they ran. Across the galaxy, sensors recorded the event. Councils watched. Empires reconsidered. The weak human race had stood against the unstoppable and won. When the last enemy signal vanished, Zyra slowly exhaled. Her people were alive. She turned to Ethan and did something new. She stood beside him. Not behind. Not below. Beside. My request changed everything, she said. Ethan nodded. So did our answer. Days later, the galaxy sent messages. Questions. Warnings. Offers. Humans were no longer invisible. Zyra removed the symbol of servitude from her uniform and placed it on the table. I am no longer a maid, she said. Ethan smiled slightly. No, he agreed. You never were. She looked out at the stars, her voice quiet but strong. The galaxy will remember this day. Ethan followed her gaze. It already does, he said. This is the day humanity chose to care. And that choice changed everything.
More feelings are coming. Like, subscribe, and don't miss them.